I'm here today with Myung Hee Chung, professor at UW-Whitewater and professor in the piano studio. Thank you so much for sitting down to interview.
You're welcome.
Meet Myung Hee Chung, a Korean-born pianist who began playing piano at the age of 4. Only 4 years after that, she debuted with the Seoul Philharmonic Orchestra in Mozart Piano Concerto. Dr. Chung holds a Bachelor of Music and Master's of Music degree from Juilliard School of Music and Doctoral Musical Arts degree from Manhattan School of Music. She was the interviewee I chose to examine for my ELL Digital Story project. Dr. Chung is a native-born Korean who immigrated here to study music in high school and then later went on to college in America. It was a hard time for immigrants to come to America from Korea just because the cost of travel was so expensive. When Dr. Chung arrived, she stayed here for 4 years before actually going back to see her family after her sophomore year of college.
Yes, I came here, 1974, and as a high school student.
Okay. What year in high school was that?
Well, in Korea, the semester starts from March, so I finished the first semester. And then when I came here in August, I started the 11th grade again.
Okay.
So I kind of repeated the first semester of 11th grade.
Okay.
That's probably very common because you don't want to skip a grade because because of the language barrier, not because of academic placement. So I went to high school. I was in Illinois State University High School in Normal, Illinois, and I came here to study piano. You know what I mean? And I was taking piano lessons from the professor from Illinois State University. So I went to high school and took piano lessons. And I won the competition that's at the end of, in May of 1976, when I was graduating from high school. And then I went to Juilliard. And the performance was actually a year later.
Did you study English before you
Yes,
came to
in
the United
Korea,
States?
South Korea, it's mandatory. Well, it's a requirement that you start English at the 7th grade.
Oh.
Their junior high school, it's a little bit different. The elementary school is from grade 1 through 6, and then junior high is from 7 through 9. Senior high is from 10 to 12, so it's a 633 years of education. So at the 7th grade, we start learning English. So I guess that meant I studied English for like 4.5 years. Well, 4 years and a half semester. But when you learn language in Korea at the time, we concentrated on grammar and kind of reading books. Conversation, even though we're supposed to have studied it, it wasn't really a main thing.
Okay.
So when I first came, even though I studied extra, kind of classes for English, etc., it took about a year to really understand what's going on. So until then, I received a lot of help. The family I stayed with, Mrs. Crumley was actually, she was, I don't remember the exact title, but some type of international student advisor capacity, advice for international students or coordinator for international students at ISU. So she had dealt with many foreign students for college. So she helped me with English. She taught me every day after school. I asked her, and she helped me to pronounce things in a correct way. And it really, there was a lot of work involved.
When would you say you became fluent actually in English?
I think it took about a year to understand actually what people are saying. So if I didn't understand because I didn't know that word, no, not that, because I didn't know the word, the vocabulary, so then I can look up the word exactly. So it took about a year to really understand, well, I would say for my ears to open, so I can hear what's going on.
Yeah.
And then if I didn't know the word, then I had to look it up. Yeah.
Over the course of my interview with Dr. Chung, I learned a lot about English language learners and immigrants coming to the United States to study music. I thought that all of the information she provided me with will give me a better understanding of how I teach my students in the future and what I can incorporate as a teacher to better accommodate these students. I have a lot of video on tape and I can document it to come back for in the future. I'm glad that I spent the time on this project to better understand the life of Professor Chung as well as the lives of English language learners.